Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica and I'm doing a tag video that was created by Kia at Yummy411. Kia tagged me and she did this in collaboration with Pam Jordan at Pam Fam. Both of their channels are fabulous and I hope that you will go check them out. I will link them in the description box. So let's jump right in with the 5 fragrances that I think make me feel good when I'm needing a little bit of extra boost in some personality aspect or another, and I'll explain what I mean as I go on. I do have an honorable mention in my fragrances as well, only because you've heard me talk about it so much ad nauseum probably, and it's still by Jennifer Lopez, which is one of my signature scents. Reminds me so much of being happy and youthful and full of energy and running around the streets of New York City in the early evenings, having wonderful dinners with friends and having a night out on the town and just smelling fabulous and getting lots of compliments because I smelled clean and fresh and good. So that's still, but even though it's an honorable mention, I have one that gives me almost the exact same sense of exhilaration and happiness and reminds me of great times when you're feeling powerful and young and full of energy and the whole world is ahead of you. You have your whole future ahead of you, full of hope. And it's Chinatown from Bond Number 9. I have the same sort of memory associations with this. When I spray it on, I'm taken back to afternoons and evenings in New York City, hanging out with friends, just having a carefree life. So this puts me in a very good headspace. A fragrance like Bond Number 9 at the end of the day helps to bring me back to a place of just happy, energetic feelings. Bond Number 9, this is a spicy, tuberose, floral kind of fragrance. And it smells exotic and happy and all things just wonderful about hanging out in New York City. If ever there's a time that I'm feeling lost in the world among the billions and billions of humans inhabiting the planet, and I'm needing to feel my own uniqueness, like the power of who you are as an individual and what makes you different from everyone else, what helps you highlight the magic that you bring to the world that's different from anyone else out there, I go for Tom Ford's Black Orchid. But wait, I'm talking about the flanker called Voile de Fleur. Voile de Fleur. This fragrance caught me by surprise many years ago. I thought I was ordering Black Orchid and pressed purchase too quickly. I bought this on eBay secondhand, and then when it got home I noticed that it had this little name on the bottom, Voile de Fleur, and thought, oh, that really wasn't what I wanted. But this little magic happened. I ended up spraying this and my husband loved it. He said, what are you wearing? It's amazing. And I was shocked because I know that Black Orchid in general can be a very polarizing scent, and some people really hate it and have like visceral negative reactions to Black Orchid. But this Voile de Fleur was a big hit, and it's so interesting and so different. Very similar to Black Orchid if you're wondering. More heavy, more dominant on the florals. It's unique. It's different. There's nothing else in my collection that smells even close to this. And it evolves so nicely on the skin in a way that reminds me that we're all growing, evolving, changing, and we're all unique, one different from the other. We all have our unique stories, our own unique experiences, our different ways that we're walking through this world and learning from each other and growing as humans. I know that's a weird association, but Voile de Fleur, the Black Orchid flanker, reminds me that I am one among billions on this planet, and that can be daunting, but in being one among billions, there's no one else like you at the same time. Speaking of being one among billions, I also recognize that as a woman operating in this world, I bring my own kind of feminine energy, and there's strength and uniqueness and beauty in that as well. So at times when I'm feeling like I'm not being the best mom or the best wife or the best, female friend to another female friend or something like that, I reach for Alien, the EDP version. This was my wedding fragrance, which a lot of people think is just crazy. Like, who wears Alien on their wedding day. I do. And this is a fragrance that I have loved for a long time. It's jasmine, it's amber, it's woody, and it's just, there's so much feminine energy and power in this fragrance to me. I spray it on and I immediately feel like one of the sexiest women on the planet, and my feminine energy sort of rises out of me, and I enjoy this for that reason. There's something so uniquely ladylike about this, but in a strong way. This is not a shy, demure fragrance. I'm not talking about that aspect of femininity. I'm talking about like the hear me roar kind of energy that women can bring to this world. Alien EDP. When I'm going through particularly tough times and feel like I need an extra little boost to help me figure out and navigate my way through especially challenging times, when I need that sort of superhero strength to fight off the villains. The villains can be the things in your head, they can be the 20 chores that you have to do, they can be other complex problems in your life that you're trying to solve. But I reach for Fresh from Cannabis Santal. This has been a favorite of mine for quite a long time. I call this my superhero fragrance. I imagine a woman in like a leather cat suit on a motorcycle chasing villains through mountain roads, and she's gonna get them. She's gonna get them, she's gonna take them down, and she's gonna make everything okay in the world again. That's what this fragrance reminds me of. It's actually marketed toward men, but to me it's unisex, and there's something really fun and mysterious and powerful about this fragrance. It's a patchouli fragrance with some fruit notes in it, and I just love this. It's unique, it's different, and I feel particularly badass, is that okay to say on this video, wearing this fragrance. And finally, a fragrance for when I'm needing that moment of reflection for whatever reason. Crazy things are happening in the world, I feel out of control, I can't predict how things are going to turn out, and I just need to feel centered and calm and at peace. I reach for fragrances like Elizabeth Arden's White Tea. Any of these fragrances that have tea or spa-like notes, those help me to just get my mind quiet down the craziness happening in my head, and just breathe and know that everything is going to be okay. Elizabeth Arden White Tea does that for me. It's a very smooth, easygoing fragrance, no harsh edges, just simple, clean, relaxing, tea-like fragrance to just put your shoulders down, stop scrunching up your eyebrows and your shoulders, just kind of relax and know it's gonna be all right. So those were my 5 fragrances that make me feel good and help me get through rough times, or the categories of fragrances that do that for me. What about you? If you're a content creator, I'd love to see you do this. I have tagged a few specific people down in the description box, but I welcome anyone on YouTube to do this tag created by Yummy411 and Pam Fam. Thanks so much, you guys, for starting this tag, and thank you, viewers, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. See you in the next one.